Hey y'all, coming to you from a beautiful DoubleTree by Hilton, Biloxi, Mississippi. And if I'm in Biloxi, Mississippi, you know it's Cruisin the Coast time. 2021 Cruisin the Coast. It's Tuesday. Yesterday we had a bunch of rain, but as you can see behind me, the weather looks much better today. So let's get this camera turned around and see what we can find. Today's stop, look at that crazy thing, right? That's the thing about Cruisin the Coast. Everything from the latest, greatest modern stuff you'll see Cruisin the Coast to something like this. And I really got to come up with a name for those, like rig rods, I think I'm going to call them. Let's come up with a cool name, you know, like a patina rod, you know, it's like rig rods. They make all these big rigs into like, you know, rat rods now. So I think we need to come up with a name for that. I'm interested to hear what you all think. Today's Cruise In, brought to you by Margaritaville on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. As you can see, there was a bunch of fine cars and trucks that showed up here today. It was from 9 to 2, I think. And again, it was at Margaritaville, part of the 2021 Cruisin the Coast event, just for those wondering. And you can see Panteras, you can see Ferraris, you see Porsches, Chevrolets, Camaros, Mopars. It was all there. Well, I'm going to tell you that I don't think this Margarita stop's been but just a few years. It's a couple of years old. And I can remember last year was the first year that I came to it. And I thought to myself, man, that was too easy getting in and getting out of here. And this year it was packed. They had closed the right side parking lot probably by 10 o'clock. It was full. They had filled up in front of Margaritaville and they were starting to put them in the parking garage. So basically they were starting to stack them. But again, this is giving you some idea of how Cruisin the Coast works. This is an everyday event. There's always cruise-ins happening where you can go and hang out in the parking lot. But as you'll see later in the video, people come in and they go out, and it's not a static kind of a thing. It's about cruising, it's about driving. So there again, we don't see a lot of high-end show cars, although I do find a few, and there's some really nice cars that were down at Margaritaville today. For the most part, these cars, when they show up, are able to be driven, because that's why people are here, to cruise the coast. Makes sense to me. But what a great turnout today. Plenty of people woke up this morning. You know, yesterday we just fought rain all day long. It was terrible. It must have taken me 15 minutes to get all the humidity off of my lens when I went outside for the first time. This morning, went outside, very little humidity. The sun was shining. There was a nice cool breeze coming in off the Gulf. Just a beautiful day, and everybody was having a good time down there at Margaritaville. And you know, it's not just the show. Of course, ET Motor Gear is there selling their wares. They have a live band. They have some food that you can buy. But there again, Margaritaville is right there. And I've not been inside, but I would suspect that there's some place to eat inside of Margaritaville, probably more than one. And it's just a really cool hangout. It's not far from my hotel, so it's not one that I got to get up and get going early in the morning to make. It's right down the street. And then, of course, you know, I mean, I always get to meet a bunch of friends and fans and followers of the channel. My buddy Vinny stopped by today to see me. He drove in from New Orleans. Oh, Vinny, let me tell you, I met him down here last year, and he blames me for him buying a first-generation Camaro. And like I told him, you know, I agree. I'll take the responsibility, because this channel should come with a warning label. You know, watching this channel may cost you all of your money. But nevertheless, he's enjoying it. Unfortunately, some teenage girl ran into him a few weeks back and tore off the side of the car. So he wasn't able to drive that. He was in his family cruiser today. But, oh, Vinny bought me lunch. And how cool was that? I love when people show up, but I love it even more when they're willing to buy me lunch. We went to Mugshots, so, you know, like I said, he's a follower of the channel, and he was a fan of Mugshots too. So he said, where do you want to go to lunch? I said, Mugshots, let's go. And so we did. We had a really good time, got to hang out, got to see a lot of other people that follow the channel and support what I do. And I just love Cruisin the Coast. Not only is I think it's just the coolest event that I cover and the one I enjoy the most, but for coming down here for several years It's just like a homecoming, you know. I mean, there's a lot of people who are aware of what I'm doing and who I am, so they're always really nice to me, and you know, bring me food and all kinds of things, and just the general hospitality of the South and of the Mississippi Gulf Coast area. The people are good, the food's good, the weather's good, everything is good at Cruisin The Coast. I've never had a bad time, and I've been run out of here by 2 hurricanes, and I didn't have a bad time then either. We had a good time until the hurricane showed up. So it's always, always, always a good time. And again, where we're at now is in the parking lot on the other side of the entrance street. So the place was just packed, and you can see Mopar, Chevrolet, Rat Rods, finished cars, restored cars, custom cars, everything that you can imagine is here at Cruisin The Coast. This year happened to be 2021. And I know you love to see them, and I know you love to look at them so that we can see how cool they are, but I also know you love to hear them run. So let me shut up for a minute and let's watch some of these things waiting to get into the show, or maybe even leaving the show. Let's check it out.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So there you go, from 2021 Cruisin The Coast and the Margaritaville stop. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. See ya!